felt as a father, I felt as their protector, and I felt as a man in life. I'm truly disappointed in myself and I take full responsibility.
Now at 5 o'clock, an Indianapolis father apologizing for leaving his loaded gun where young children could get it. The consequences are deadly.
Learn the sentence he received today. Plus, a Fisher's drug bust.
The way police found a lot of pot out along the Indiana interstate. Angela?
And Marie, it's going to be a cooler night tonight. I'll have the local low temperatures, and when we get into the 80s in your 7-day.
Just an hour left in day 2 of Indy 500 practice, and we're talking to Pato O'Ward coming up in a bit. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. He's hoping to change that this year.
Good evening. We start tonight at 5 o'clock with an Indianapolis man who today learned that he is going to prison because he left his loaded gun out where children could get it. As a result, a 4-year-old girl was shot and killed.
Rich Nye takes us into the courtroom for the man's apology and the judge's decision.
4 children, all aged 6 and younger, found a loaded gun inside this Cumberland apartment in July 2023. A 6-year-old boy accidentally shot and killed his 4-year-old sister, Diornita. The gun belonged to 27-year-old Terrell Jackson, the boyfriend of the children's mother.
This was a tragic accident and it is something that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. I am truly sorry and I know I made a serious mistake and I am committed to doing better.
As part of a plea agreement, Jackson pled guilty to neglect resulting in serious injury. Dior's mother was not in the courtroom, but she wrote a letter that was read in court that asked the judge not to send Jackson to prison.
While I am devastated by what happened and wish things could be different, I know that I cannot change the past and simply want to move forward. It is very important to me that my children are not without their father.
The judge sentenced Jackson to 7 years in prison plus 2 years home detention.
You're not in a circumstance where this is just a tragic situation. There's too much else that goes into it because of your history.
I'll explain Jackson's criminal history, which started when he was just 11 years old, coming up at 6 o'clock. In Indianapolis, Rich Nye, 13 News.
A great-grandmother was changing an infant's diaper downstairs.
And that's when the children found the gun in a dresser drawer in an upstairs bedroom. And tonight, police in Fishers say a drug investigation uncovered a marijuana trafficking operation moving drugs from Michigan into Indiana.
Now 2 southern Indiana men are facing charges. Ashton Hackman tonight shows us what investigators uncovered and how police in central Indiana now connected that case.
211 pounds of weed, 5 pounds in rolled joints, and nearly 4,000 THC carts. This is what Fishers police say they uncovered last week following a drug investigation. Court docs say a detective started digging deeper in March, monitoring an account on Snapchat advertising marijuana and THC products. Several of the posts from Indiana PACs reportedly showed large amounts of cash, marijuana, and THC products, and a truck police say that was tied to the drug activity.
Marijuana remains illegal in the state of Indiana, and these are Hamilton County. We take that seriously, and we continue to investigate these crimes and prosecute them.
License plate readers were used to locate the vehicle in the posts. Police say detectives later stopped the truck on Interstate 69 in Hamilton County. A canine reportedly alerted to drugs inside the truck. A search uncovered what police say they were searching for. Police arrested 23-year-old Brendan Grubb and 26-year-old Ian Heath. Both are now charged with felony dealing marijuana and possession of marijuana.
We are aware that there's changes going on in the federal government. It's currently still in Indiana a Schedule I controlled substance, which means that it has no medicinal value. But I believe that is being changed federally, and we'll see if that ends up getting changed on the state level.
Police believe the pair transported large amounts of weed regularly from Michigan to sell in Indiana. In Fishers, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Both Heath and Grubb made their first court appearances just this afternoon. Tonight we learned 3 USPS workers are now accused of stealing from an Indianapolis facility that's located out on the Far East Side.
One of the items they're accused of stealing, including a real Super Bowl ring. So take a look. This is a San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl ring.
According to the court documents, agents got a tip about employees stealing mail. Then they went and interviewed an employee, Chavez Walker. And investigators say at that time, he was wearing the ring that previously had gone missing.
That ring is worth more than $9,500, according to a jewelry expert. In addition to the ring, Walker is accused of stealing and reselling cell phones from the mail system. And 2 other employees are accused of doing the same thing in a separate case.
Tonight, we have an update on complaints in Muncie about that unusual smell and taste to the water.
Indiana American Water is sharing test results from an independent lab after complaints from residents. So the samples were tested. They were from houses in Selma and Muncie. Both samples were negative for bacteria like E. coli and had normal levels of chlorine.
The water company said the issues with the taste and smell came from naturally occurring compounds in the source water. The company also said they flushed the system, used a stronger disinfectant to clean the pipes. Angela?
Anne-Marie, some sun, some clouds as expected, a cooler day. This is a live view in Bloomington of the IU campus. This was one location that was warmer than everybody else and close to 70 this afternoon. We still have 66 degrees in Bloomington, 64 Indianapolis, but down to 59 in Kokomo and Muncie. We have 61 in Richmond. It's breezy out there as well. Winds gusting 25 to almost 35 miles per hour. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s, down about 10 to 15 from this time yesterday. We're down 12 in Indianapolis, down 15 in Shelbyville. It will be cool this evening. We'll stay in the 60s with a few clouds. Once the sun goes down, temperatures will drop. Nothing to slow us down weather-wise out the door tomorrow morning, but grab the jacket. We'll be in the 40s.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. Our countdown continues. The greatest spectacle in racing now just a matter of a few days away. 10 to be exact, from the Indy 500. And drivers out on the track today. This is officially the second day of practice.
And it's been a fast day at the track today. Dominic Miranda is live at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Dom, fill us in.
Yeah, it's been a fun day out here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's been dry, and as of yet, it has been clean. Just under an hour to go in day 2 of Indianapolis 500 testing. Yes, it's a bit cooler out here than it was on day 1. Quite a bit cooler, actually, but drivers are still tuning up their machines, getting ready to go before the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. All right, we know this. To the winners go the spoils, and we've heard a lot from former winners here early on during the practice days. But what about those drivers who have been oh so close, always the bridesmaid, never the bride? One driver rises above the rest. When we're talking about that, that would be Arrow McLaren's Pato Award. 5 of the last 6 years, Pato has finished within the top 6. Second in 2024, second in 2022, third a year ago. He is knocking on that door like nobody's business. He is due, capital D-U-E, for a win here at the Speedway in the greatest spectacle in racing. He knows what he needs to do to get it done, and he talked with us this morning on if this year, the 110th running, is his year.
It might. I don't know. Honestly, I'm to the point where I genuinely really just enjoy it all. And at some point, I do have faith that it's going to come. But is it this year? Is it next year? I don't know. I love this place. I love this place. I love driving around this place. I like the whole process. Like, it's my favorite time of the year. Favorite time of the year.
I had to work on that before getting out on the racetrack today.
We'll see if the Speedway loves him back. He has the biggest fan base in the field, and it's not particularly close. Pato Award, we'll see if he can get it done here in 2026. Hey, speaking of winning, we're talking to a guy who's done that quite a lot in his career, especially recently. That'd be Alex Palou, the defending Indy 500 champ of Chip Ganassi Racing, as well as Scott Dixon, 2008 Indy 500 champ. You'll hear from both of them, both having 2 very good days to start Indy 500 practice. You'll hear from them coming up for you at 6.
All right, Dom, thanks. We'll check back in a little bit. In the meantime today, perhaps you saw them out there, Indy Ignite players up there in the bucket, waving the green flag, all to start the practice. Cameron Hanna waving the flag today. She's that hitter who helped lead that pro volleyball team to a 23-win record this season.
That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we know the race, Indy 500, is more about cars and circling a track over and over and over again. There are many incredible stories that are tied to the event.
Jenna Webster joins us now after talking to one fan who's getting ready to attend his 86th race. Quite a feat there.
Yeah, oh, it's been more than half of his life, too, that he's been attending these races. Jerry Hoffmuckel went to his first Indy 500 at 10 years old. That was back in 1936 with his grandfather. He is turning 100 years old tomorrow, big birthday. So his birthday party was part of the annual Indy 500 celebration today at the Senior Living Community Westside Garden Plaza. Jerry actually grew up in southern Indiana, so he and his grandpa would wake up early on race day, drive in and park on the infield. He later moved to Speedway, lived just a few blocks away from the track. So all these races he's gone to, but he doesn't have a favorite race year. He does have a bit of a favorite part about attending, though.
The last 5 laps or something, always good, no matter what happens.
Loves being at the finish line. Now, he's not the only one at Westside Garden Plaza with a long-time connection to the track. Don Pirtle is considered part of the Old Timers Club because he volunteered at IMS for 20 years. And he says living in Speedway, you just had to be part of it.
Yeah, you gotta join in, just get on board,
yeah,
for sure. That's awesome.
All the excitement. That's awesome. Thank you, Jenna.
Today's the 13th. Yep, the month of May, full swing right now. Carb Day's coming up. It's the 22nd.
And it's followed by the 500 Festival Parade and, of course, the greatest spectacle in racing, the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. That's on May 24th.
In the meantime, coming up here at 5, banning cell phones in school.
The new law that'll change what your kids have access to during the day. That's ahead at 5:30. First at 5, seeking a trade truce.
The world's 2 largest economies come together face to face as President Trump makes a visit in China. Plus, a new trial.
The reason Alex Murdaugh will be back in court for the murder of his wife and son.